Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 267 of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Elijah. Hey,
there is so much to talk about, Eric. Apparently, the ending of One Piece leaked. Alright? One Piece Odyssey.
High level memes.
All types of shit going on. Heaps of shit going on. I don't know, what do you want to talk about first? What to talk about?
Yamato sauce.
That's it.
Luffy sauce probably coming in.
Now, is it getting a little too much with the Kaido
Oni
demon? It's getting a little too much. Let's tone it back a little bit. Why does the line work have to be so thick, or the color, what do you want to call that? You know, just what could be a little sharper? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Let the man cook, they say.
maybe he's getting a little too emboldened, Eric. But good scene, great scene, Eric. Now people on Twitter still think Yamato didn't hit Kaido once.
Right.
All right. People still.
To be
people
fair,
on Twitter still think Zoro's stronger than Yamato.
To be fair, my man's animation style doesn't call for bombastic explosions, which is disappointing.
You know.
But they got the Thunderbagua Clash cushion.
All right. They do. Eric. One Piece Odyssey.
The verdict.
The verdict. We got a 75 meta.
Right.
Decent. Low. And I understand why it's low. Because the first 4 hours of the game is fucking way too easy for no reason.
Right.
It's easier than Pokemon Blue. Like, you actually don't have to know anything or do anything to win.
Just hit Gum Gatling.
Eric, you can sit there for like 50 turns and the enemy will not kill you.
Odd.
Very, very strange. For the first 4 hours, it is the easiest game you've ever played. Now, there's no difficulty options, Eric. But once you get to Alabasta, about halfway through Alabasta, once you fight Smoker, the difficulty turns on,
right,
and the combat system actually works. Eric, what do you know about this combat system?
I know it's positional, long range, short range.
Yeah, Eric. Nami has one of the most broken moves in the game. It is called Thunder Tempo.
Right.
Hits every zone, every character.
Seems broken.
And you know what I did?
What?
I went and got 4 attack badges. Just slapped it on her. And all she does is just Thunder Tempo. And like hit every enemy to half health. And chance to apply paralysis as well.
Right.
Broken. Busted.
That's an AoE situation, Krishna. How's it going to work on the single player, the single man bosses?
Every boss spawns ads.
Classic.
You know how it goes.
So Nami's your added handler.
Nami's a must have for the party.
Right. Who's your party?
We got Zoro. We got Luffy. We got Nami. We got Chopper for the heals, Eric.
Do you need the heals?
You need the heals at Alabasta.
Okay.
Chopper is goddamn useless.
Does Brook offer heals?
Brook is not available yet, Eric.
What?
Because he lost his body in the ocean.
How are they going to gate the characters?
They're gonna gate the characters. Robin's not available at Alabasta because she doesn't want to freak out Vivi because they used to be enemies. Frankie's also not available because he's fixing the Sunny.
I feel like Brook will be the answer to the situation. It seems like you don't need too many heals in this game. Maybe you can do a little bit of hybrid.
Yeah. That's true.
I assume he's got heals. They wouldn't have one healer. Surely.
I think it's doable.
Okay.
I think it's doable. So Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Chopper will probably carry the entire time, I assume. But you can switch whenever you want. All types of things. One Piece Odyssey, good game. Weird decisions. Just weird decisions, Eric. You know, you don't unlock moves when you level up. You unlock moves when you beat story arcs.
Odd choice.
There's a lot of odd choices going on.
Okay.
You know, this game could have been an easy 8. But weird choices. So, there you go.
It is what it is, Christian. The One Piece games hit and miss. At least this one's got something going on.
Now, Eric. On to something else.
Alright.
Some fucking manifesto drops on Reddit claiming to be leaks for the end of One Piece. Now, Eric, There's nothing too spectacular here. You know, he's talking about the gods, so the sun god, the god of the forest, the god of the rain, the god of the earth.
Not gonna happen.
It will happen. At least in the Joy Boy flashback, I can see it happening. It might happen. We've already got the sun god. Why not the others? Comments.
Goddess of the sea, Christian. Is it real? Is it not?
I know. Probably. Maybe.
Real questions.
I'm not mad at it. Sun god already exists. Why not the others?
Well, it's a question of myth and what's real and all these questions we don't actually know, Christian.
Well, of course, the people pray to the gods, therefore sporting the fruit.
Right. But are the gods real?
Well, they are real now because the fruit is spawned. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, I'm not mad at that part. Now, the weirdest part of this whole thing is the time paradox
Situation.
nonsense. Apparently, Luffy goes back in time via Bonnie,
And
Kuma,
and Frankie.
Frankie getting Kuma's fruit,
Right.
and Luffy's Nick and Omi combining together to teleport Luffy back into the past to talk to Joy Boy to spawn the prophecy,
Right.
and hence why Luffy is in the silhouette in Fishman Island. Eric, there's a lot there. There's a lot going on there. But this is mainly just some guy. This is just some guy's manifesto.
Right.
Alright? Some guy who speaks fluent English and Japanese went to Japan, broke into Oda's own home
Found the notes.
because his office is in his home.
Right.
Broke into Oda's home,
Read the notebooks.
read the notebooks, stole the notebooks, maybe.
Maybe.
Memorized it, if not stole them, memorized it
In detail.
in detail. Now this thing is massive, Eric.
Right.
It's not a few dot points. It's massive, full of detail. That's how you know it's fake. Too much detail, too long, doesn't make any fucking sense of how he got this information.
Right. Also, just, you know.
Also, a lot of headcanon shit going on.
Right.
That you can piece together from the story right now. Alright? So, no, there's no chance this is real. Now, could some of this shit happen? Absolutely. I'm not mad at some
There
of
was
this
that
shit.
one guy that called every event in the past, like, 7 years
Yeah.
on Oro Jackson. I don't know if he's still keeping that record up.
Well, he says vague shit, and then it, like, some vaguely comes true.
But, you know, these things happen from time to time.
Yeah.
And they're always dumb. Well, let her cook. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and he, like, has these weird, like, side comments and, like, editorials where he's like, yeah, I know what happens between Law and Luffy, but I'm not going to spoil it here. Yeah, I know what happens to Shanks and Blackbeard, but I'm not going to spoil it here. What?
You're spoiling the whole
You're
thing.
spoiling the whole thing.
Hack fraud.
Yeah, he's got, like, weird asides where he, like, draws a line.
Alright.
Which is, like...
What else is going on?
That's probably the biggest news, Eric.
Just fake someone's
fake.
Someone's hate cannon.
Someone manifesto.
Yeah, someone's hate cannon.
Everyone's memeing it, everyone's making fun of it. Good time. Alright?
There you go.
Sometimes you need a little something out of left field to reinvigorate the community, Eric.
This chapter, little spark, Christian.
Little sparker. Now let's get into this chapter of One Piece. Yes. Chapter 1072. The Weight of Memories. Or The Weight of Memory.
Yes.
Eric. Cover page. Nothing special going on here. Mad's making weapons.
Speculation that they're actually holding down Stussy off camera, putting a Del fruit in there, mixing vials. Judge has got her at knife point.
Too edgy, no.
That's what people are saying.
There's a rocket in the foreground.
They aren't safe. I don't know where Vegapunk is. But
They're making weapons though, Eric. But apparently, Mads is a group of peace.
Right, of course.
Eric, is this going to be exactly like Metal Gear Solid 5? Where Snake is making a Out of Heaven, but it's also a paramilitary group
Right.
that is guns for hire. Making weapons, research development,
Meta Gears.
Metal Gears. All types of shit.
When am I gonna able to pilot a Metal Gear in any
You can
of
do
the
it in
games?
Peace Walker.
Why can't I do it in 5?
It got cut.
Unfortunate.
The last research in Peace Walker is a Metal Gear.
I'm aware. I thought you couldn't
got
use it.
I got it.
I thought you couldn't use it. You can't pilot it. It's like a menu situation, isn't it?
You can see it.
Yeah, you can't pilot the Metal Gear.
Can you pilot the Metal Gear? I remember you could. Because there's like bosses with whatever. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright? About fucking Peace Walker.
Right.
But we start the chapter with Vegapunk. He's got a little notes for us, Eric. He claims that he has created life for a fully living, breathing person, Eric.
Right.
And then we cut the body crying on the floor to persuade Vegapunk. Vegapunk runs over. Body then uses distorted future to go buff mode.
Right.
Interesting power, Eric. New power for Bonnie.
Okay.
Can she do the Gon thing and go Ultra Prime?
Maybe.
Possible futures, Eric.
Possible futures within her own body, crucial.
Yeah.
Possible futures within Luffy's body.
That's right.
Buff Luffy.
It's possible.
This kind of explains why Luffy didn't transform into like up,
Yeah.
because she did a
Hit him with the bad future.
hit him with the bad future.
Yeah.
Right.
Bonnie wants to know why Vegapunk killed her father, Eric. She wants to know.
Right.
But first, Bonnie does a weird move, Eric. She uses Age Spear or
Right.
Skewer and hits Vegapunk, and Candy Crush crystals fly out of it.
Right.
He claims that they're his experiences, Eric. Now, is this... So, Devil Fruit is not time travel, per se. It is removing experience or adding experience. Is that what we're saying? Or is this
Something
a
like
different,
that.
is this a different power?
This seems to be a separate power because I've never seen these crystals before.
This is new.
Right.
We didn't see it. When she transforms Luffy, when she transforms Jinbei, we didn't see this with Jinbei.
Right.
So is this a different attack to remove experience instead of removing age, which would make Vegapunk unable to talk as a child or a baby? Because he still has the apple head.
Right.
So is this a different subset of the power?
Well, there are questions about if Bonnie touched Frankie, would his mechanized parts go back to the way they were?
Well, apparently not.
Because Vegapunk still got his head. Like
Yeah, he
the
still
way
got the
it
apple
was.
head.
So, weird questions, but
So the jelly bean crystal things are weird.
right.
Right? And I assume if you pick them back up, you get your experiences back or
Right.
whatever. Or you can give experiences to others.
You can eat them, gain their experience. Yeah.
Big brain Luffy, are we going to see it?
Who knows?
There you go. So, meanwhile, Kuma is climbing the red line for some reason. What is he planning?
What is his mission?
Is he gonna suicide bomb Marijoa?
What's he cooking?
Is he gonna teleport Marijoa? What's he doing?
Is it an eye mirror? Is it a straw hat?
What's he doing? Is this where Alkainu finally gets
Well,
off the desk?
Seems like he got shot down, so maybe Dragon's gonna come and help him.
Is this where Alkainu gets off his desk?
This is where Dragon gets off his desk. No,
Do they both get off their desk?
Little clash.
A little clash, a little taste
It's
for
possible.
the people.
It is possible.
So Vegapunk, Kuma's climbed this wall. Vegapunk tells her that Kuma made a promise that he would never reveal the truth,
The situation.
the situation to Bonnie. Some sort of tragic story going on here, Eric.
Flashback next week, for sure.
Next week?
She's about to touch it.
I know.
Maybe, probably.
Alright, so Bonnie gets mad, says, fuck you, this is some bullshit. She goes to the Kuma door, hits it with the age power, rusts the lock, gets in, sees the paw fruit ability.
Shout out the composition here, Christian, the lighting. Nice situation going on
Hey,
here.
Eric, where are the
I enjoyed it.
where are the paddle masters?
No, this
Where
week.
are the paddle masters?
This is a good little setup, little composition setup, where you get the slow walk in, the reaction, she's about to touch it, the zoom. Nice.
We get a little flashback here, Eric. Vegapunk doing calculations at logic.
Alright.
He said your ability can turn physical signals from the nervous system into physical form.
Right.
Pain is a signal from the nervous system, Eric. You can turn that into reality.
Can you do that with...
into tangible things.
Can you do it with memory?
Can you do it with memory. Can you do it with experiences.
Right.
Cooper doesn't really know what the fuck's going on. He's kind of standing there.
He also claims that a scientist in the West Blue told him about the loss of the soul.
Yeah.
21 grams, of course, the famous real-life situation, Christian.
Yeah. There you go.
Theories that this is hogback.
Why does everything have to be connected? You know what I mean? Can we not connect everything? We don't want the small world syndrome, Eric. Everyone's connected.
I can imagine the scientist community is somewhat connected. Apparently, he was a famous scientist, Christian, in the West Blue.
I'm aware. Alright. But there you go.
I'm surprised Oda didn't just put Hogback in the Mads as well. Why is he...
Fuck Hogback.
Why is he excluded?
Nah, get Hogback.
Why is he excluded?
Pack Hogback out of here. He's a surgeon. He's not really a fucking scientist.
He could help with clones.
Get him out of here.
Whatever.
Pack him up. No one wants to hear about Hogback ever again.
Fold him up.
Alright. Buddy is about to touch on his memories of her father. Meanwhile, at the labosphere, Eric, Zoro and Brook are up against CP0 and the Seraphim, but Chaka says, what a foolish miscalculation on the CP0, Eric.
Even
if we go out there, we get control of the Seraphim. If we leave this lab.
There's some weird thing about they have their own sentience and can make their own decisions.
They have enough personality.
Right.
So it's been toned down. They have enough personality to act on their own in combat situations so they can, be effective combatants.
Do you still think this open door situation is suspect, or is this...
Very suspect.
Or is this just a coincidence?
Maybe it was Stussy setting her own trap for Kaku and Luch.
Perhaps.
Cut off from the outside world.
Maybe she ordered them in, Christian.
That's right.
Right.
Cut it from the outside world.
No one can see this.
No one can see. The government can't see it. The other goons can't see it.
Do you think this is confirmed who was on the phone call?
Well, we're not even there yet.
Alright.
You're skipping around,
Or dragon form Kaku.
Kaku goes into giraffe form. He has awakening.
Hilarious, man.
Zoro gets smacked around a little bit, but Zoro overpowers him.
I'm tired of this nonsense, he says.
He's like, I'll be fighting animals for too long.
He's got Haki.
Hits him with the nose pistol. Right. Zoro goes flying. Zoro eventually overpowers him. No one shot, Eric. What happened to the Zoro fans? No Enma.
That's interesting.
No King of Hell mode.
No Conqueror's Haki.
Interesting, Eric. Kaku without cock. That's interesting. I find that very interesting.
What else somebody got to say about that in the comment section? Right. Zoro suckers.
So, Sanji can't decide whether to help Zoro or not. He's like, don't want to see him get beat up, yes, but, maybe I got to help him. Now he's like, get your fucking dick out there.
Yes,
and and she does it. And he does it.
Frank is on the way, too.
Frank is on the way. Then, as Kaku is getting back up from getting knocked down by Zoro, someone bites him on the neck. It's Stussy. Big reveal. Stussy has taken out Kuma and is going for Rob Luch next. Kaku, Eric. Taking out Kaku and go for Rob Luch next.
Yes.
It's revealed that she's a clone of Miss Buckingham, the first successful clone. End of chapter.
Of the Rocks Pirates.
Of the Rocks Pirates. Derek, when are we getting this Rocks Pirates flashback?
It has to be pivotal in some way, right? We didn't even get it with Kaido, which is crazy. As discussed.
Crazy. You know what it is.
Now, Twitter losing their mind, clones, Luffy's a clone.
We'll get to it.
Christian, they cloned Mihawk. No one cared.
That's right.
I find that interesting. Mihawk's more substantial than Miss Buckingham.
Derek, we're going to go through the clone theories at the top of the show.
Alright, we're just going to say that Miss Buckingham is Miss Bucking,
yes,
obviously.
Come on, we're not doing this.
It's even got the same weird spelling.
Yeah. Buckingham. Miss Bucking.
Right.
Woman with blonde hair. Woman used to be on rocks. It's not...
40 years ago.
Come on, people. Use your brain a little bit.
And of course we're going with the Whitebeard Jr. theory.
Well, we'll get to that.
Alright, all on top of the show.
Alright.
Oda putting the pieces together, Christian.
Eric, ratings.
9 out of 10.
Great chapter.
Kuruma stuff, Bonnie stuff, surprisingly, Christian, somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
Oda going with an interesting angle on this situation, asking questions about.
Is this going to be a goaded flashback?
Asking questions about memories, about situations.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Goaded flashback probably coming.
The Kuma flashback. We need so many answers, Eric.
What?
Vegapunk, Dragon.
Of course, Dragon.
Why he's up on Luffy?
Right, of course. Maybe we'll see some Dragon feats.
Would you get any ancient history out of this?
You get tastes, you get bits and pieces.
Yeah, it has to be related. What is his plan? What is his goal? Is it related to the Iron Giant?
Perhaps.
Is he going up there to steal something from Memory?
And now, Christian, to point out...
But why does he not need memories to do that? I'm very confused. I don't know why. He took his own memories out.
Kuma now has the path back to redemption, to full capability.
But don't you absorb the memories once you touch the bubble, Eric?
Right. But Bonnie will have them.
That's right. And what is the famous quote?
What? Man dies when he's forgotten.
That's right.
I think Kuma's coming back full power.
Kuma's come back full power. I think he dies.
He dies. Right here, right now.
Is this where we get to see Aimu's prowess in battle? Does he come in there and do some samurai bullshit and cut him in half?
It's not really a feat.
Does he cut him in half? Zoro couldn't cut him.
So he's a katana.
If he comes out with the katana,
If
Aimu comes out with the katana, goat status.
If Aimu's a katana man, the Zoro fans.
He has a sword. He has a sword.
The Zoro
Eric.
fans.
We did see
He has a
Aimu with
knife.
this. It's a sword. He's flicking around on the floor when he was introduced. You don't remember this?
It's not a katana though, is it?
No, it's just a sword.
Right.
But Eric, if he has a sword,
Is he a swordsman?
is Aimu a swordsman? Will this question be answered once Kuma gets up there?
Immediately, questions asked.
Because I feel like having no memories is a key part of this. Being sort of dead / alive, not really, is part of this. Maybe it's got to do with Aimu's power. He can kill anything that's living, Eric. Maybe that's his power. And
Can't kill Kuma.
Can't kill Kuma because he's not alive.
What requires living memories, dreams.
Maybe this is what it is.
Maybe Oda's trying to cook something metaphor, Christian.
So maybe there's some shit like that here going on. I don't know what's going on here. We all thought he was going to Egghead to talk to Bonnie,
He got
but no.
intercepted by the red line.
By the way, when is Bonnie going to tell us about his armor?
Later.
She had that one panel.
When they're sailing to Elbaf.
Okay.
Where's Kizaru?
He's on his way, Eric. He's on his way!
Give him the smackdown.
Do we get Stussy versus Lucci? And is Stussy stronger than Lucci? That's my question to you.
Some kind of vampire devil fruit, will you show me?
Well, he can't get snuck now, Eric. He's seen it. So the snuck excuse cannot be used.
This is gonna hype up Miss Bucky, the former Rocks member, Christian. This is hype.
Is Stussy secretly top 30?
Potentially.
We'll see.
Kuma Rob sat down. We're gonna nude later.
That's true.
We'll see what Stussy does. If Oda wants to hype up the power of the rocks, which he doesn't really need to.
He can't
The lineup's
resist.
stacked.
You know he can't resist the rock sauce.
The lineup is stacked.
That's true.
So I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, 9 out of 10 chapter Christian. Interesting, opens up stuff. Starting to get some emotional investment in this arc.
His body.
Not just running around like fucking rabbits, Christian.
When is Kizaru going to show up, and when's Luffy going to give him the smackdown?
Oh, now he's giving him the smackdown. According to now, Christian's
Extreme diff, but I want to see it.
okay. While Bonnie's having the memories, Luffy has to do something.
I mean, we could just go straight flashback, whatever. She passes out from the memories, whatever.
Okay.
Alright. There you go. There it is.
How strong is Shanks?
Time for Hashirama Shanks. How strong is Shanks, Eric? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
Indeed.
But, unfortunately, still people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. See, Eric, I like how Kaido was defeated. And then who shows up?
Shanks.
To show us the next level. Shanks shows
The
up
level beyond.
to show us a level beyond Kaido.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If Shanks has the world's strongest man title, will they deny it?
They will. They'll say Swordsman's better.
Continue.
There are people out there who think Blackbeard is the strongest, Eric. The man currently getting packed up by Law, about to get packed up by Garp as well.
Double pack.
The double pack, you know, two pack a day smoker. You know,
Lit up. Where is Smoker?
that's a good question. Eric, there are still people out there who think sweatiest man on the planet, Alkain is the strongest from doing nothing.
Somehow got buffed.
Got buffed for doing nothing.
Right.
Got buffed for being sweaty behind the desk.
Got buffed from not losing.
Guess who also not lost, Eric?
Guess who got W?
Guess who constantly always gets W's?
And Source.
And so Shanks, that's right. There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest. And they are also, you know, they love Vagabond, they love Bleach. You know who these people are, Eric.
Trying to
The
claim,
sword suckers.
Trying to claim meaning from panels.
The sword suckers.
Right.
You don't fool anyone.
We see you.
And worst of all, the people who think I'm the strongest. Eric. Second strongest is a good key. And every week we bring 100% factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Sanction's so strong that, as we know, Eric, a certain world's strongest swordsman got cloned, Eric. Sword skill got cloned, Eric.
Right.
I find that very interesting. Sword skill got cloned, Eric. But what card you clone, Eric?
Will.
Haki. / Will. And Shanks's defining factor cannot be cloned. When Mihawks can. That bum. That fraud. Shanks is strongest as the God King. Moving on to clone theories. Yeah, we're glad you brought up the first one on the list. Of course, since this clone reveal, sort of not reveal, but made people think about it, we have endless amounts of clone theories, Eric.
Endless.
Some stupid, some not so stupid. Right?
Some Naruto fans trying to
say it's Edo Tensei. It's not.
make themselves feel better.
It's not Edo Tensei.
Right.
Because these aren't the same people. They have different memories and experiences, so they're different people. Same DNA. Different people, Eric. But anyway. The theory that Zoro is a clone of Ryuma.
The only way for this to happen is a...
Timeline, Eric. Timeline. It's possible.
30 years ago.
It's possible within the timeline, Eric.
Sure.
Of course, we know that Moria stole the body with Hogback. Made a zombie out of it. Did Mads get a piece of that DNA? And is this why Zoro has not met Vegapunk yet? Because he will reveal that he is a Ryuma clone. Is that the reason?
What is Oda gain? What is Oda gain?
Nothing. A cheap reveal.
So Vegapunk gave him to Dragon, who gave him to the village. To Dragon.
Yes.
It doesn't really add anything to the character. It kind of takes away from it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that would be good.
Well,
But
there you go.
continue.
Luffy is a Roger / Joy Boy clone.
And Dragon and Garp aren't the father.
Yeah.
Grandfather.
Well, you know, father in a sort of way.
How is Garp involved in this?
I don't know, Eric. I'm not here to explain the dumb theory.
Okay.
I'm just here to tell you the dumb theory. It's a dumb theory.
Right.
He has his fruit. He also was a clone of Joy Boy.
Oda will gate this massive power, Christian, by saying it's expensive and rare. Only 4 men could do it. Maybe even 1 man. Vegapunk.
Perfectly.
Right.
We have Blackbeard is a Rock's clone.
I'm willing to give this one a little bit of leeway because of the whole Delford stuff.
And the
strange
rocks.
body.
The Rocks?
This one's maybe possible.
The Rock's timeline. Is this possible?
Maybe he's a mutated Rocks man. How old is Blackbeard?
40.
40.
Rocks. Do you think it's the Rock's pirate crew, or do you think it's possible?
Well, we know where they're meddling with Rocks pirates.
That's true.
Blackbeard could be some weird science project.
Yes. Now, Eric,
That was dropped off at a random island where Blackbeard found him.
yeah.
So, you know.
Now, Eric, what about the theory that Tashigi is a Kuina clone?
This is just shitting on Koena. And I don't like it.
When will people finally just accept that Tashigi's not going to get a story?
Her dream can't happen, so...
When... She's never going to collect the swords, Eric. Out of Mihawk's cold, dead hand, is she taking that sword? From Zoro. So, Tashigi's not getting a story. I don't know why people think she's a oh, she looks like Kuina. Okay. What does that do? What? Why?
Just closes the thread.
But what will Oda do with this? Why have this bit like, I'm a clone of your friend, but I'm not your friend? I'm my own person. Is that where he's going with this? Is he making some sci-fi point about free will?
About will, dreams.
And dreams and hopes and, you know, individuals, Eric. Is that what
can't even... Your destiny, your DNA isn't even your destiny, Christian.
That's right.
It's your experience.
That's right.
It's so not about destiny that even copied DNA doesn't even make the same person.
Yes. But of course that faded. Now, this is a classic old theory. Came up at Whole Cake Island.
Okay.
Bonnie Big Mom clone. We saw her on a cake-like ship. Is it her own ship?
She doesn't look like Big Mom though.
She doesn't have the nose.
So, not buying it.
You say no to that one.
Yeah.
And, finally, but not... finally, and the best theory, Whitebeard Jr., a failed Whitebeard clone. All but confirmed at this point.
99% right now.
All but confirmed at this point.
Right.
So, there's a range of clone theories there, Eric. We'll go from really stupid to sort of plausible to basically confirmed.
Right.
I think Oda's going to use this once on Whitebeard Jr.
Which we assume is good.
And the Seraphim are clones anyway, so...
Right. But, very expensive technology, which you can't have everyone be.
No.
But there you go.
So, the clone theories...
Notice how he goes first successful clone. There was obviously failures before that.
Yeah.
Etc. Could have been the fucking numbers and stuff. Which were, failures of copying ores.
Yeah, the numbers.
Etc.
Failed giant clones. All types of things, Eric. Eric, making people giant has not been achieved yet. But these Seraphim are fucking huge, so maybe there will be giants by the time they're, fully grown.
Vagabond could do it.
So there you go. So those are the clone theories. It's time to move on to the Thunder Dome.
Who we got this week?
Vivi versus Pudding. The Dragon Saga is over, Eric. Go Vivi versus Pudding. What are your first thoughts on this?
I'm gonna have to go Pudding.
Why's that?
Gun. With candy bullets.
Did she get the candy bullets? That's not her ammunition, Eric.
Hey, listen, she had him in the gun.
I don't think the candy bullets are a factor in this. Vivi's not impervious to bullets.
I'm just saying, more damage.
No, Eric. Does Vivi get access to Karoo?
No.
Alright. What are your thoughts on hypnosis? Does this work on Pudding?
So we're saying Vivi's got her
Pudding
knife things.
She's got her Miss Wednesday shit.
Right.
Do you think the hypnosis works on Pudding. Pudding's a very unstable individual, Eric.
Third eye situation. Memories. She's got long range memory abilities as well.
It's with the thread.
Kind of like incapacitates you when she's got a hand in your head.
Yeah.
And can like confuse you.
But what about the hypnosis, Eric? Does this count? Vivi can throw her pinky knife thing.
Does this do enough damage to take out Pudding?
Death by 1,000 cuts.
She has the gun. The gun will one-shot Vivi.
The gun. So you're giving Pudding the win for the gun alone.
I think Vivi will get some hits in maybe long range.
Okay.
But Pudding has that gun.
Are you saying that candy bullet will just easily blow her head off?
It will one-shot Vivi with that candy bullet.
Derek, the candy bullets, we know.
Go through Germa. Not even King could do it.
No.
So they're powerful. Very powerful technology.
The raid suit, Eric. Goes through the raid suit. So the candy bullet's very powerful. So I guess we're going to get in for the Pudding. There you go, Eric. Now moving on to questions.
A couple of questions this week. And maybe some people are mad, some people are whatever.
Now, Eric, first name on the list is a sus name.
Go on.
Agent Cummy Banks.
Is that a Cody Banks reference?
It is.
That is sus. If you're referencing that.
But
name.
Eric, you forgot about the middle name.
I heard it.
Sure, you forgot about that part. It was implied that Stussy sucked off Kruma. So good he fell asleep. Well, a sexual question. Who would have thought from this man?
Kaku, you mean?
Yeah, I keep saying Kruma.
Not wrong.
But, you know. Keep in mind, Kaku was in the giraffe form. Does Stussy move up, down,
Her fangs
or...
have to have high level penetration, Christian, because Zora kind of a comb.
Does she go up or down the waifu tier list? That's the question.
She might go up.
From Bindle. Thoughts of people making already fear-mongering about clones. You know, it is what it is. It is solved.
It's Naruto Cope.
It's always Naruto Code. Alright? From Yago Obama, not a question, but to fix his narrative that I talk about Uda. He's upset that we
Okay.
called him out last week, and he keeps bringing up Uda.
Right.
It's facts, Young. What do you want from me? When it is in fact false, why would I talk about trash? I never post trash. You always post. You're the only one posting about Uda in the Discord, Young.
Right.
So I know you try to
Distance yourself from the
distance
allegations.
yourself from the allegations, but you've been called out.
I went into the art room, and it's just Dart posting pictures of Robert.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Which I find interesting.
it's, classic Dart. First off, Shags is the strongest, Shags is the God King.
Yes.
This question is an apology if you answered / talked about it in previous question corner.
Go on.
But who would you see being a clone as being a clone in the story? We already talked about that. We're not fans of the clones being everywhere.
You got a pet theory?
It's Whitebeard Jr. You know, I'm not really interested in the clones. They don't really have that much narrative impact, to be honest. Like, what would I even do with clones? There's not already doing.
Yeah, it's just a question morality and who is her and what makes
Yeah.
a person, etc.
From S. Dart, do you think Smoothie has the potential to give the best hand job because of her ring fruit?
You die, but you might be in heaven for.
I mean, the lady did enjoy the squeeze in Whole Cake Gold.
Shout out to Stussy drinking that giraffe juice.
Is that goaded foreshadowing?
Oh, the peak.
Is that what I call goaded foreshadowing?
Also, Stussy's face on the old woman in the Orochi flashback.
The Baba, Eric.
Yes.
I could forget about the Baba from Wano.
You kind of Italo the manga because, Nami face.
Yeah.
But in the anime, a little bit more clear. Also, shout out Shiki. First face appearance.
And yeah, legit. When will Shiki make his move, Eric?
Maybe at the end. Where's fucking what's his name?
Well, she gets to be the Rock's flashback.
Who is it? Wu Long or whatever.
Something like that.
Right.
From Bane, what can we expect? When can we expect a full Rock's flashback after Albath? It's either Garp. We're gonna get it from Garp.
It literally seems like the catalyst to everything at this point.
Or we're gonna get. It's gonna be with Garp. Who else? Scopper Gabond.
You always talk about Scope.
Is he gonna tell us about Rocks?
Shanks don't do it.
He wasn't there, Eric.
They could have told him and he was there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a baby at best.
They had him.
Alright, so we need a first-hand account from Garpo.
Garp Rayleigh.
Maybe Sakazuki gives him.
Could be Big Mom.
What if Sakazuki was there?
Takazuki might have been there.
Looking from a distance as a child.
He's 50 what?
And that's why he doesn't trust
He's
pirates.
55, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't trust pirates.
He's 15 years old. Could have been
It's possible.
a soldier. Just Chris 15, he's got the magnum for it.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. From Dart.
What?
Will you be making an update on your Is Queen Alive theory video now that there has potential new information? No. Will not be making an update.
No.
From Chris D. I'm planning my next vacation for either this summer or Christmas/New Year. If I wanted to go to Australia with my family, they're all adults, okay. For a week, where should I go and what should I do? A week. I guess go to the Gold Coast.
Don't bother going to the theme parks. You've seen better in America. Don't waste your time.
Go to the Gold Coast. Go to the Great Barrier Reef. Go to fucking Kakadu Rainforest.
Go see Uluru if you want. It's a big rock in the middle. That's a trek.
It's a trek.
Melbourne. Fuck around.
Well, yeah, you can do Melbourne.
Go to the footy.
It's true.
You can go to the 12 Apostles.
Great Ocean Road. Animals, wildlife. See, people come here for wildlife.
Get bit by a snake.
Die. Get experience.
Go walk about in the bush, Christian, gain spiritual knowledge.
Ancient spiritual knowledge.
Right.
Who knows, Eric? Yeah, well, yeah, that's...
Do you think Araki will draw upon the spiritual nature of the Outback Christian in Part 9?
Yes. Get ready for Part 9, Eric. We're mere weeks away, Eric. We're 3 weeks away from Peak returning. From
Peak.
real monthly seinen returning.
Seinen, huh?
Not fake seinen like Berserk was. A mere shell of its
You
former
know what
self.
Araki's good at?
What?
Staying alive.
Wait, he's peak. He's untouched by age.
Maybe he's a vampire.
The man eats a piece of cantaloupe and a piece of prosciutto, and that's it for the day. That's all he eats.
Is it wrapped up? Probably, right?
Yeah. That's all he eats.
He wishes he was Italian. So
I don't know, but yeah, that's all he eats.
Right.
I'm telling you right now.
A perfect Japanese cantaloupe.
The salt and the sweet and the subtle flavors mixing together.
I'm sure he's written about that.
I don't know. He hasn't yet.
Oh, maybe Part 9.
Maybe. From Light Ruler. Now that we know Stussy is a clone, which clone theory is the worst that you've heard so far? Zoro being Ryuba clone.
Just undercuts the character.
This is why it's so unnecessary and stupid, but yeah.
Right.
From Mr. Detox, do you think this will lead to a chapter for the real flashback of the Rocks Pirates? We'll get the Rocks flashback at some point.
Not yet.
We'll get it at some point.
Oda's cooking the Rocks up.
Oda keeps on name dropping Rocks so many fucking times. It's ridiculous. Garp's here in the plot. Stussy, Rocks Pirates, former Rocks Pirates, getting you hyped, getting you ready for the Rocks greatest. Which apparently, when is it gonna happen? Alright. From Uncle J, will if you run into the memory bubble by accident next chapter? No.
It's a Bonnie thing.
Give Bonnie the flashback.
Right.
2. Given that it only took 2 years for Kaku to awaken, do you think there is a secret to awakening we still don't know? I don't know.
Mind and body.
Kano said it. But yeah. And it's a fucking giraffe, you know?
Thoughts on just Oda saving Kaido's awakening to the end war. And King and Queen Jack.
Why? It'd
Just
be
to-
so
just to
fucking weird.
Just to fuck around.
It'd be so fucking weird. It would imply that they got it after Wano. It's like, why? Why are we doing this? King already has fire. He's gonna have black and red fire.
Maybe it's just normal fire.
He already has fire.
That doesn't necessarily have to be black.
I'm just saying it because he's gonna have 2 red fires swirl around him.
Kaka could be yellow, Rob could be blue. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Anyone mention that the colours were black?
I mean, it's just color black.
Right, we don't actually know.
I mean, normally fire of any color is white unless it's black fire.
I think it's more to distinguish the difference between Luffy and shit.
No. Confirmed Kaku evil. There you go.
Yamato was awakened.
Alright,
Maybe.
maybe. From Ed, I was watching Jay Slander stream. In it, he made some good points about Yamato, and my question for both of you: do you think Yamato is a character? Do you like Yamato as a character or her future potential? Thunderbagua! How many times do you have to say this?
Side tit.
It is about hype. It is about rawness. It is about strength and power. That's all it's about. And that's all it's ever been about.
It could have been fun having like an inexperienced sailor on the ship as well. Just to have like that
Yeah.
little dichotomy going on, but you know.
From Hina. Kid is the most likely person to be a clone since he has a connection to Vegapunk. What is his connection to Vegapunk?
Punk Gibson, Punk Vice. Robots and stuff.
Is Kid rocks seemingly as he is most similar to his picture? Does Killer resemble Shiki? This question went off the rails. So hard.
I mean, if they are indeed clones of Shiki and
I want to say
Rock,
this is the same guy who asked
That
last
question-
week if Kid and Vegapunk have a connection. We said no. And then he's come back this week saying they do. And that he's a Rocks clone. And then that Killer is a Shiki clone.
and if that's the case, they're even more fraudulent than they are
Yeah,
now.
like what the fuck?
Next question.
From Chris D. So, Lucci being awakened, I totally get. Best/strongest CP agent. And even possibly, he had his fruit for how many years? Is it as a prodigy? And potentially trained like hell to get his revenge on Monkey Deezers. Makes sense. But, Kaku, who just got his fruit 2 years ago, is also awakened? Question mark. And
He's a professional assassin. Also.
And yet, none of the beast pirates were awakened. They didn't, Eric. Then why? One, it's a fucking giraffe. I think an agent is always harder to awaken.
Right. Maybe that mythical even harder.
Eric, we know from someone who said the herbivore zones are the weakest. So it's a weak fruit, easy awakening, we're going to assume.
Right.
Hard fruit, hard awakening. Like the Nika. Hard fruit, hard awakening. Now Kaido, it's fucking weird.
Some would say this is cope.
It is what it is.
Oda will SBS it later.
Did Oda come up with this awakening design after
Yes,
the break?
obviously.
But Luffy had it. Or did he just decide to give it to everyone?
This is to distinguish it.
Because he read online, people on forums being like, does Kaido have awakening? Question mark. And he's like, oh, for fuck, god damn it.
Oda's doing the thing which we asked for, visual indication.
I agree. But the Kaido thing is weird.
Sure.
Yeah, none of the beast pirates have awakening. People mad at it, Eric. People mad? I get it, it's weird. I don't know why. You mind to catch up with your fruit. So, like...
King would also body the shit out of Rob Lucci, so... Doesn't matter.
Kind of. Yeah. So, if you have the statement of your mind catching up to your fruit does imply that weak fruits are easy to awaken.
Weak mind.
You don't need that strong of a will to awaken a weak fruit.
Right.
Like the fucking giraffe. Alright? But there you go. From Scourge. Is it easy to awaken a normal Zoan, or does your mind need to be explore is you might need to encapsulate the animal. Kaido not have met the requirements to awaken a dragon fruit. Lucci is a killing machine, fits the leopard, and Luffy fits the Nika. We've seen this theory. It's possible. Again, the giraffe being an easy fruit means easy awakening. You know, lower potential of the fruit.
Right.
We know Oda's already commented on this with the Logias and other fruits. Like the heat fruit is a weaker version of the Marimara, and the magma fruit is a stronger version of the Marimara. So each have potentials, whatever. He's kind of already said this.
Right.
So there's that. From Big Free Fanboy, I don't think Stussy betrayed CP0. They were ordered not to destroy the lab or kill the Vegapunks. So by knocking out Kaku or Rob, Kaku or Rob Lucci is logistical. She's just following orders, Eric. What do you think about this?
Possible.
Because she does constantly say to Lucci,
You're not going to follow orders?
You're not going to follow the orders? You're not going to wait for the Marines? Is she just following orders?
But she's, Vegapunk is her father, technically, so...
Yeah, that's where it gets weird.
Right.
And maybe you could go back and look at those pages and be like, oh, she's trying to stall for Vegapunk.
And I think she's the one that deactivated the stuff and let them
To set him into a trap.
Right.
Yeah.
But possible she's just trying to follow orders.
Yeah. From Prime Lloyd. So obviously Stussy is the person who Vegapunk called for help. So is Weevil a failed White Bee clone? Yes.
Yes.
I think so. Also, Reiju or Stussy in a sucking contest?
Reiju?
Reiju's got the...
First of all, Stussy's bit Kaku. So...
And the blood, Eric.
Disqualified.
Okay, no biting.
Right.
No biting.
No blood.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
I don't want blood
You're
involved.
not into that kind of...
I'm just saying.
Next level shit. Alright? But there you go. And here we go, Eric. Harvesting Berry coming in with the government incompetence.
Go on.
So you're telling me the world government didn't realize a CP agent is literally a clone of a Rocks Pirate member? You see, Eric, people forget that the One Piece world is not like our world.
How are they gonna know she's a clone?
They don't have video evidence. They don't have really photo evidence. They've got maybe wanted posters.
Vegapunk didn't tell him he's a clone.
No, but we got wanted posters, we got sketches maybe, but it's like the old time days, Eric. You could disappear, you could fucking relocate, you could cut your hand, no one knows the difference.
Right.
So you gotta put yourself in the mindset of the world, Eric. Alright? From Harvest Berry. Shadow Zombie Roger versus Seraphim Roger versus Mads Clone Roger versus Zetsu Clone Roger versus Edo Tensei Roger is going to be the best fight in fiction.
Seraphim would win that because it has enhancements.
That's true. There you go. Now the Zetsu Roger have the main Zetsu in it. So then there's a different level, Eric. One shot Baruda, as we know. With a sneak attack. Even though Madara has
Omnipotence
/ clones in a different dimension to stop attacks. But they didn't activate.
It was just a dream, Christian.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was just, but do you not know the significance
I
of
have
that?
seen my defeat, but it was a dream.
That's true. Anyway.
Can you imagine that the cope for that logic in Bleach is that the cope is a metaphor for a man's arrogance that he saw his defeat but couldn't comprehend it.
Yeah, but Kubo didn't actually do anything with that. He just said it. He didn't do anything with that.
Alright,
there you go. For Prime Lord. So obviously Stussy is the person who Vegapunk called for help. I already read this. Alright. From Darkroplex. Sanji, Hancock, Seraphim problems. Next chapter. Come on, man. We don't need this.
Get him out of there.
We don't need this Sanji getting bricked up by child bar. We don't need that. Don't do it, Oda.
Please
don't
Sanji's
do it.
got enough Sanji's got enough problems.
He's got enough allegations against him with the whole putting debacle 14 now then 16. Strong world.
Never forget.
Allegations. There's Sanji allegations everywhere.
Right.
Sanji starts to simp him on Odyssey, by the way. It's ridiculous.
It's obvious.
It's so bad. He asked Robin if he could be her dog too.
I mean, he's done that in the canon.
I don't know that he's gone that far.
He's like, I want to be Nami's slave too. When Zeus is like, I'm his slave. How do you forget this?
I mean, you know, I do like to block out the Sanji.
Memes. The Sanji simping.
The Sanji simping.
Right.
Alright.
Well, Sanji, ever get a taste? Tune in next week.
Bro, boss. Rockley. Ruckley.
Right.
So Stussy's a contributor Bucky, most likely. Yes. Question. Is the real Bucky the Mads member we saw weeks ago, or is
Probably.
normally a donor to Stussy? Maybe. I can see that being true. Depends which order of operations happened, but yeah. From Nasty. I'm serious, what is Zeph's bounty?
Red Leg Zeph?
No one knows what Red Leg's... What is it? Is it being revealed?
I don't think so.
Was Red Leg Zeph on rocks?
Probably.
There you go. From Anu. Why do people keep saying Miss Bucking is Stussy? Because it's not adding up to me. What? This man can't do basic preschool math. He can't do 1 + 1, Eric. I'm very confused by this question. Surely it's not real. Surely he's memeing.
You want to explain it to him?
Miss Buckingham.
Right.
Miss Bucky. Blonde hair. Old woman on the same crew as Rocks.
Old woman on the sea 40 years ago. 40
Same
years
crew
ago,
as Whitebeard.
Rocks.
Same crew as Whitebeard. Whitebeard was on Rocks. Miss Buckingham on Rocks. There are so many connections.
Right.
I don't know how... And why would Oda do this to a character we don't know who it is?
Odd.
Who's Miss Buckingham if it's a new character? And why would it be so close to Miss Bucking? Why would that be... Why would that happen? Anyway. There you go, Eric.
That's the last question.
That's the last question.
Chapter next week. Apparently hype. So we'll see.
Apparently hype.
What could it mean?
Is it going to be the Kuma
Is
flashback?
Dragon doing some jutsu in the flashback?
The Thunder Flash God Jutsu?
Dragon Claw jutsu.
Shit, he's got teleport. But anyway, there you go. There's the episode. Shakes the strongest. Shakes the God King.
Good night.